Coach Cam, what's up, guys? Back again with upper body workout here. Starting off dumbbell bench, 75-pound dumbbells. Moving them with control, trying to contract chest, shoulders, triceps, as that is the stimulus for adaptations to your muscles. Just pushing myself hard to failure. One set here, it was also kind of short, so I went ahead and did a drop set, similar to the last time I did this exercise. So 75s, and then I drop set to 55s. You got to push through the grind. You can't just quit and give up just because, oh, I had one rep left. Do the last rep. Who cares if you have one rep left? Literally nobody cares how many reps you had left. Your muscles don't even care how many reps you had left. All they care about is pushing them as hard as possible. So switch here to 55s just to keep the exercise going. It's a bit of a set extender. Trying to just fatigue the muscles a little bit more than just the first set. Kept going here. Try to keep your form clean. Obviously, it's not a machine. If it's a machine, then your form's going to be clean 100% of the time. Next is weighted chin-ups. Added 5 extra pounds. So now we're at 20 pounds, which is not much, but considering I'm hitting the same time and reps that I did with body weight a year ago, I'm now up slow and steady up here to 20-pound chin-ups. Make sure you chalk your hands just so you can have the best grip possible. You're trying to target your muscles. So we're not trying to, this isn't a Ninja Warrior competition. This isn't trying to act like if you're on an island with no technology, nothing, primitive training. No, this is train the muscles as hard as possible. If I can add chalk and hang on for 5 more seconds and get 5 more seconds worth of contracting my back and arms, then that was worth it. So that's the mindset you want to have. Expose the muscles to tension. I know if I quickly just jerked myself to the top of the bar and then dropped down really fast, you'd say, oh, wow, look how fast and powerful he is. But did my muscles experience any of that tension? No, I just jolted myself through the exercise. So don't do that. Fight against yourself. Do the opposite. Make this exercise suck. Make it difficult and challenging for your muscles. So 20-pound dumbbells for lateral raises. Once again, as I've stated a little bit earlier and a little bit on my Instagram, I changed my diet a little bit. So just eating less carbs overall, just less all types of food, but more protein if I can. And I'm finding I have more energy, just straight up. I'm not as lethargic and tired all throughout the day like I used to be. And I think what was happening is I would be tired for days on end, and I thought, oh, I'm not recovered yet to train. Well, truth is, I was just lethargic from pumping my body full of carbohydrates that secretes insulin, and then your body's in this parasympathetic rest and digest state. So, of course, you're not going to feel like training. So now I trained legs the day before this workout. So kind of broke a high-intensity cardinal rule there of training 2 days in a row. Completely different muscles, obviously, and I felt ready and good enough to do it. So, and I made progress. So, if I find I'm not making progress, then okay, I might need to add a day or two between them. But I hit legs, then I hit upper the next day, and then now I'm resting like 4 days before I do this again. And that's been working for me since I changed some of my diet and just gotten more of this go mindset, instead of this sleepy, tired, depressive mood that I get in, and I'm sure a lot of other guys know what I'm talking about. If you can just bust out of that, get productive, get active, get motivated and driven, you will be surprised how quickly you'll feel ready to work out again. Next here is seated cable rows. 100 pounds again on the stack. I think this one was about the same, maybe like 1 or 2 seconds longer. Didn't really make progress. It's difficult to get a full rep because this isn't some perfectly made machine. So it's really hard to get that bar to your chest when you do rows with enough weight, especially with the handles. That adds another few inches, so it's really difficult to bring them all the way back. Right here, I decided to hold an isometric contraction and quit with the partial reps. Hold that until it starts to weaken and lose the positioning. Have to lower back down. Next is shrugs. I dropped the weight, so I was doing 75 pounds. I felt like the set was just short and felt a little too heavy. Like I couldn't really contract the traps, so I dropped it. This is 60 pounds this week, and it went well. No complaints. I felt my lower back, though, during this, just from probably the leg day and all the other movements, so was trying to find a balance of hinging forward a little bit to hit the traps better versus standing straight up and continuing the exercise without that low back fatigue. So really just squeezing the traps until I quit. Next here, last but not least, post-workout flex. Still 168, 5'7". Stats over there on the right. So you can see I increased 1 rep on the bench. I added 5 pounds chin-ups. Instead of doing a drop set to 10 pounds on the lateral raises, I did it to 15s. Cable rows, got basically another rep, or kind of a half rep really. And then I did shrugs a little bit differently. So overall, not bad, especially for training the day before. That's just something I chose to do. You know, it's your training. You got to experiment. You have to figure out what's up. You can't just take someone else's word for it and do exactly what they say. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.